Welcome to Wednesday's strength class. Got two people there. Today I'm going to talk about balance. In fact, I might talk about balance next time as well, because I get asked about balance more than anything else, really. And when you look at the statistics for falling and the consequences of falling, I can't see out my specs. They're truly horrendous. In over 75s, falling accounts for the majority of or all of the sort of accidental deaths around. And it's not the fall itself necessarily, it's all the attendant complications that come, especially if you need an operation or if you're in hospital. So avoiding falling, apart from the fact you feel like a fool and it hurts, is to be recommended. And one of the things you need to stop you falling, you need to be strong. You need a strong core, and we work on the core during this class. But you can't I would recommend that you do planks, the side and the front planks every day, or at least every other day, 4 times a week, say. And squats. I would say squats. If you can do them every day, great. Squats and press ups. I would say do those every day just for your strength. But in addition to that, you're going to spend your whole day exercising. 2 things that you can do. You can practice balance as well. I'm just going to put this down a wee bit so you can see me. You can practice balance. Oh, put it down a little bit too much. And I would recommend, and this is from the Michael Mosley program, just one thing, I would recommend just get the chair and just practice standing on one leg. Said she, wobbling around. And I used to think that standing on one leg wasn't really very beneficial, but I totally changed my mind, because not only is it great for your balance, but it strengthens the leg that you're standing on as well. And you know how, and your core, you know how I talk about proprioception. Well, your body has to sort of twist and sort of balance and things. So standing on one leg is great practice. The other thing that you can do, and you can just do this test yourself, and this is what was said in Michael Mosley, if you can stand on one leg with your eyes closed for more than 10 seconds, you're well on your way. And the first time I heard it, I thought, oh, I'm going to try that. So after several attempts, I managed 5 seconds. It's really hard. But then the other day, I must have woken up with good balance, because I managed 12 seconds. But standing on one leg, just, if you're doing the washing up, if you're at a bus stop, or if you're at the queue, if you're queuing at the supermarket, queuing at the post office, anywhere, just standing on one leg is great. The other thing that's really good, and is surprisingly difficult, is we call them granny steps. I don't know, somebody else called them tandem steps. I'm just doing this so you can see my feet. It's to stand with heel to toe. See what I mean? Heel to toe like that. I'm going to hold on to begin with. You can put your hands out to balance you, but it's surprisingly difficult. And also, walking like this is quite good for you as well. So doing, do you remember we used to do this, I can't remember what we called it. Well, we called that granny steps when I was little. But just balancing like that, and then take a step forward and balance the other way. And it's surprisingly difficult. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is every day standing on one leg, just throughout the day, or doing the tandem step or the granny step, just to get you balanced. And also, if you can, every day, the front plank and 2 side planks, a squats and press ups. There you go. And also, what you can also do throughout the day is the warm-up exercises that we do on our arms. You don't need to do 10 of them, but if you're just sort of watching the world go by, you can just do that. You could do one leg and watch the world go by if you wanted. Nothing like combining exercises. But yeah, so that's your homework. One leg, the tiptoe thing, the tandem stand. Oh yes, sorry, one more thing that's great as well. sitting on the floor. Just sitting on the floor to watch television. I know that we're at 11 o'clock. Sitting on the floor is just great. Now you can either, I'm going to look back, you can either sit cross-legged if you want. You can sit like this. And I would sit, when I was younger, I used to sit on the floor all the time. But now I find it quite difficult. And that's because my muscles aren't used to it. But if you're sitting on the floor, if you're doing this or sitting cross-legged, you are having to support yourself with your own muscles. But you can't slouch unless you're going to sit like this, which isn't very comfortable. Sitting up like this, you have to use your back muscles. There's nothing you can do. So sitting on the floor, sit on the floor as often as you can. I'm not going to do the standing up from the floor without using your hands because I can't do that. Probably means I'm going to drop down dead tomorrow. But yes, one leg, tandem stance, sitting on the floor, planks, squats, and press-ups. There you go. You're not going to be bored next week, are you? Right. Welcome to the strength class, to Monday's strength class. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to start by we'll do a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then some stretching at the end. So we're going to start by warming up. We're just going to start walking gently on the spot. If you can, do it on your tiptoes. That's another good one for balance, actually, walking on tiptoe. It's great for your ankles, strengthens your legs, strengthens your calves. So many things. I'm going to put a list together of top tips that you can just do whenever the mood takes you. I mean, you don't need to do all of them. Just do some of them. You know, Monday is walking on tiptoe day. Tuesday is plank day. Right, 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going to put our hand on our shoulder, so that your arm is sticking out like a wing at 90 degrees, 180 degrees, I mean, and you've got a pencil going out of your elbow, and we're going to draw 5 big circles with that pencil. Nice full range of movement for 5, and then forwards or backwards if you went forwards, the opposite way anyway. 3, 4, 5, just to mobilize your shoulder joint. Same on the other side. Don't forget the pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Right, the next one we're going to do is just the one where we raise one hand up and the other one comes out. Remember, don't rock. It's just your arms that move. So we're just going to go 1. If you can't get your hands up by your ears, fine, do what you can. 2. Don't forget that always this is your exercise practice. 3. And so you do it at your own capability. 4, 5. Somebody joined recently. 6. And did about 2 of each of the exercises. 7, 2 repetitions. 8, and that's absolutely fine. 9. My counting's gone a bit awry here, I think. 10. It's absolutely fine. Just do what you can. If you can't get your arms to move as you want, you know, if you haven't got full range of movement in your shoulder joint, fine. Do what you can. Don't force anything. Just do it to the best of your ability. Next one, it's going to have hands by your sides. These are all warm-ups still. Hands by your sides, palms against your your thighs. You're going to turn your palms out, touch your hands above your head, turn them again and down. I'm going to kneel just to show you. You don't kneel. So turn them up like that, turn them down. That's 2. 3, 4. If you can't manage it as far, you can't touch them above your head, that's absolutely fine. 5. Remember, this is your exercise class. 6. The exercise police are not going to come and knock on your door and say, you didn't get your hands above your head. 7. 8. 9. 10. The reason I'm concentrating so much on these warm-up exercises, because these are warm-up exercises, but they are actually also strengthening exercises and mobilizing exercises. And the reason I'm concentrating on them at the beginning is because when I first became a personal trainer, I was surprised and slightly shocked at how many older people can't get their hands above their head like that. They could only get them up to about there. So we're going to keep doing this. Last one for the arms. Elbows at 90 degrees, just come in and touch your elbows together. If you can't get your elbows together, do it as far as you can. 2, 3, 4, this is warming up your muscles, and 6, 7, warming them up and strengthening them at the same time. 9, 10. Whew, I find that quite there. Right, we're going to start our little routine. And this routine that we're going to do is really good for strength, coordination, balance, and flexibility. Not so much flexibility, but the other three. So we're going to start with heel digs. And we're going to have our elbows anchor our elbows into our side. And at the same time as we do a heel dig, we're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. I'm going to come forward because you don't really need to see my feet. You know what they're doing. Just take a small dig forward with the heel dig. Doesn't need to be a massive step. Difficult to do a massive step actually when you're doing this. So make sure you're doing opposite arm and leg. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to take a step out to the side. Just a small step. Have your hands at prayer hands, and as your arm goes out, as your leg goes out, both arms go out. Try and keep your knees pointing forward. Imagine you've got headlights on your knees and they're pointing forward. Three, 2, 1. Next one is we're just going to take a step back. And at the same time, we're going to have hands here and just push your hands out at the same time. Woo-hoo. My hip's still injured. Doesn't really like doing this one. So we're not going to do it for very long. 3, 2, 1. And then finally, we're just going to just touch your toe. And at the same time, just swing your arms in a nonchalant sort of way. Right, 3, 2, 1. Right, now that we're going to put it all together. So, sorry, I don't know why I'm going back there. We're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. I'll slow down a bit. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. If you're new, heel dig, it may seem a bit confusing this. You may be floundering a bit, but keep at it, it will happen. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, oh, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Fabulous. Right, into the main body of the exercise now. And we're going to start with a squat. Remember, a squat is sitting down without the chair, or standing up if you're on a chair without using your hands. So your knees don't go over your toes. You go backwards. You don't have to go down as far as I'm going down. You can go back as far as you're able, keeping good technique. If you can't do a free squat sitting in the chair, remember your knees always stay parallel. They don't come in. If you've got weak thighs or weak glutes, the tendency is to do that. You must keep them there. Same with this. Have it here. Put your hands here so as you're not tempted to use them. Standing up, and then if you notice when you sit down, your bottom automatically goes out. It's almost like your bottom is searching for the chair. That's the same with the squat. If you can't do that, hands, and then down. Final, if you can't do any of those, hands on your knees and up. But the object of squatting is so that you never need to use your hands to get out of a chair. Maybe it's a very low chair. Right, so we're going to do 10 squats. So feet hip width apart or on the chair, and we're going to go down. We're going to go quite fast. 1, it's quite a punchy exercise. 2, 3, 4, 5. Your weight's in your heels. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Next one we're going to do is the punching. So let me get my trusty, didn't mean to give you a bit of a rest in between. We should be going lickety split. Right, we're going to do punching, feet hip width apart in 3. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, straight out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get a bit of power behind it. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I went a bit haywire there at the end. It's quite tiring, that, isn't it? A couple of seconds rest, and then we're going to go again. I forgot to tell you when we were halfway. Never mind. I'm sure it went fine. You ready? On your marks, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good one. Next one we do is the lunge. So get the chair so that you can hold on to it if you need to. The lunge is actually, it's good for your balance, this, because you can't get this camera right today, can I? The lunge is really good for your balance because it is. Remember, it's 3 steps, 4 steps. So it's, you step forward, you bend your back leg, don't touch it on the floor, goes to about 90 degrees. Don't take too big a step. Up you come, and then feet back together. Well, not back together, but back to the starting point. And we're going to do 10 of those. So we'll go 1, 2, 1 done. Oops. See, a wobble. 2. 3. This is good for strength and balance. 4. It's good for your core as well. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then the other side. 1, 2, up. That's 1. 2, Ooh, balance. 3. I had to come out of that one quickly. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Right, we're now going to go do the rest of the exercises on the floor. Remember, if you need to, if you find it difficult getting down on the floor, get yourself on a chair. A low sofa is probably better. And you just sit in the chair and then slide off onto your knees. And you can move the chair out the way. And you're on the floor. Yes, I don't think I need to move the camera. But I do need to get my trusty phone. Can you see me okay here? Yes, I think that's okay. So we're going to do press-ups first. So remember, press-ups, you start with your hands under your shoulders. Take a bit of a step forward with your hands. And then bring your body so that your shoulders are over your hands again. And then we're going to go down and up. Now, if you can't do the up bit, just do the down bit. If you can't do that, some people have difficulty kneeling, put your hands here under your shoulders and you're just going to press up and then release slowly. And press up and release slowly. So, whichever one you're going to do, we're going to do 10 of them today. I don't even know if I can do 10. So if I can't do 10, then never mind. It's something to aim for. So step forward, lean forward, hands under your shoulders, and we're going to go. 1, 2, we'll have a rest after 5. 3, 4, 5. Let's go back, have a bit of a rest. Ready? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done if you managed that. If you didn't manage it, couldn't matter less. 10 is something to aim for. We started at 5, I think, didn't we? We're up to 10 now, but we won't go above 10. Right. Front plank. Up, 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 up. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. I'm going to count out 10-second segments, as it were. So remember, if you can't do sorry, did I say 30 seconds? I meant a minute, 60 seconds. If you can't manage the whole 60 seconds, don't come out. I don't know what I'm doing. Well done, Delia. Amazing. Delia's done 6 press-ups. Right. So, if you're, I need to get this forward a bit. If you can't do the plank for 60 seconds and you need to come out of it like that, don't sit up. Stay in the position, and then when you've rested, go back up again. Okay? So, adopt a position. Remember, your back's flat, and off we go. Elbows under your shoulders, very important. That's 10 seconds. 20. 30, halfway through. 40. 50. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down you come. Oh, flipping heck. From the knee position, I realised that, Delia. Delia is going to get a gold star. 6 press-ups from the kneeling position. 2 10-second front planks. Fantastic, considering you couldn't really do them at all when we first started, Delia. Right. We're going to do a side plank now. And people have more difficulty with the side plank than they do with the front plank, I think. So, elbow under your shoulder, very important. If you find it difficult, bend the bottom leg like that. That makes it a lot easier and go up like that. If you can, I'm going to get nearer the watch. Both legs straight. Make sure elbows under your shoulder. Up you go. And starting the watch now. I don't know why I always put my hand on my hip like that. I'll tell you when we're halfway through. Well, I might as well do it in 10s again. So it's 10 seconds. 15. 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Oh, and then the other side. Woo! I always find it slightly easier this side. I don't know why. Delia texts me, messages me on my phone because she uses the television to watch, so she can't type on the computer. So she's just said that the side plank's a bugger. Right. And it is, Delia. These things are not supposed to be easy. Right, are we ready? So up we go. Start the watch. Woo! Wobbling. Ow. Ten seconds. My skin of my elbow is caught. It's rubbing a bit. We're halfway. 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Right, the next one we're going to do, it's called the Russian twist. 10 seconds. That's brilliant, Delia. That's a third of the way. It is hard, yes. Nothing in this life that's worth having is easy. See, you can take the girl out of Calvinist Scotland, but Right. We're going to sit like this with our feet sitting up nice and straight with our feet flat on the floor, if you can. If you have to do that, it's okay, because it is sometimes difficult to get your feet flat on the floor. Holding your hands out at shoulder height. I'm going to have to come away from the wall a little bit. At shoulder height, and you have to lean back slightly, and we're just going to come to one side, back to the center, and then to the other side, and back to the center. That's 1. Pretend you've got a medicine ball between your hands. 2. This is good for your core. This is 4. And it's sitting down is great because it means you can't twist your hips. Your hips have to stay facing forwards. 5. And use your 6. You use your muscles to twist you around, not momentum. 7. 8. My medicine ball seems to be getting bigger and bigger. 9. Last one. Give it a good twist. Hold it there. And back again. Woo! Right. Now we're going to do, I'm going to put that's really sitting there. It's really good for on my bum, because that's where the pain is, where the injury is. I'm going the wrong way. When I stand up, when I've been sitting and limp. Right, we're going to do the bridge. So we're going to go, lie down on your back, get your heels as near to your bum as you can. But if you can't get it near your bum, absolutely fine. You could try have your heels where you're try and get your middle finger to touch them. But if you can get them nearer your bum, that's good, but it doesn't matter. And then we're going to go up in a bridge, making sure that your knees aren't falling together or falling apart. They stay parallel, your thighs stay parallel, pushing up, squeezing your glutes. Doesn't matter what you do with your hands, really. And then we're going to come down and go back up again. We're just going to touch the floor and back up. So that's 1, 2, can't look at it at the moment, Delia. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give it a good squeeze, this last one. And then down you come. If you want, you can bring your knees into your chest and just round your back a bit. Just gets rid of that arch that you've been doing. And if you want, sitting up straight, show you like this, sitting up straight, put your hands above your head, make sure your back is straight, and just lean forward. This is not a particular, it's just to get the kink out your back there. It feels quite nice. Plus, it's quite good for your hamstrings. It stretches your hamstrings. If you can only get your hands to your knees, that's fine, or your ankles, your shins, your feet, wherever they go. It's not a... Okay, last one is for your back. And people found this hard last week. It's lying on your back. It's good for your back muscles. We're going to do 2 lots of 30 seconds. So you lie on your back. You lie on your front. And your elbows are at 90 degrees. And you're just going to lift your back up. Lift your shoulders off the floor. Now, if you come like this, I'm just going to show you. When you come up, try and keep your arms at shoulder height. Try not to let your arms flop down to the floor. Try and keep them at shoulder height. It's really difficult. So I'm going to count out in 10-second bursts again. So are we ready? So you're lying. Oops, I have started it too soon. Right. You ready? So off we go. And I'll count you out. Pretend you're learning to parachute jump. This is what they do, don't they? 10. Imagine you've got eyes on your chest and they're looking forward. 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How was that? Have a couple of seconds rest. We're going to do it again. Right. Ready? Okay, adopt the position. What's Delia saying? Boobs to you too. Sorry, that's 20. We're nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. As we get more into it and you get better at it, well, scooch them onto the floor, Delia. Maybe they'll give you a bit of a lift up. As you get better at that one, it will get easier. As your back gets stronger. Right. So if you need to get up on the use the chair to get up, just reverse the process that we did before. Otherwise, stand up. Right. We're going to finish with our high intensity stuff. 3 bouts of 20 seconds of running on the spot very quickly. Tiny little steps like that. Using hands. They won't go as fast as your feet. If you can't do that, if you've got dodgy knees, do punching for the duration of the 20 seconds. But it's better to do the running one because your legs have bigger muscles, so it takes more effort. Right. Obviously, if you've got any chest, heart problems, you get any chest pain, anything, stop immediately. And if you don't fancy it, just don't do this bit. But it's very good for you. On your marks, set, off you go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. How was that? Oh, don't know if I built it. I might be able to run on this leg. Although it's I haven't been able to run for 2 weeks. It's driving me mad. But the dog is getting really well now. It's nearly 3 weeks since his second operation, and it's 5.5 weeks since his first operation. So, and there's not a limp in sight. It's great. It's lovely. I hadn't realised how much I was aware of his limping until he stopped doing it. Anyway, enough of the dog. Second one. Are you ready? On your marks, set, go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. This is an odd time to tell you, but it's just popped into my head. Remember, there's no classes next week. I'm having half term off because now I can see my grandchildren. I want to, so I don't want sort of half a day taken up on the Monday or the Wednesday, because I might see them one day, both days, neither day, but I want to keep free week. So no classes next week. Although obviously you can tune into my YouTube channel and do some of the recorded classes if you want. Okay, final one. On your marks, set, off you go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. Right, just before we go into the stretching, whilst you get your breath back, just the usual. If you've enjoyed my class, you can buy me a coffee, which would be for which I am very grateful. Keeps the wolf from the door. I'm a poor old pensioner, you know. And the link is underneath in the comments section to the Buy Me a Coffee link. And also, if you want to know anything about anything to do with fitness, or you want to contact me, my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page is a good way to do that. And the link is there in the comments section as well. And finally, remember, there's no classes next week. No classes next week. Okay, so we're going to go into the stretching. We're going to start as usual. I'm going to put this down a little bit with the calf stretch. Back leg straight, front leg bent, both heels on the ground, both feet facing forwards. And lean forward. You should feel the stretch sort of at the top of your calf, almost behind your knee. That's your big calf muscle, the gastrocnemius. And then bend your back knee slightly and your heel will come off the ground. Put a little bit of weight on that leg and you should feel the stretch going down into your Achilles and your lower calf muscle, although you may not be able to feel that. And then switch legs. Just check both feet are pointing in the same direction. Bend your back knee, heel comes off the ground. Okay, right, quadricep stretch, which is the one where you grab your ankle or whatever bit you can get. If you can't do that, just do dynamic stretching, which is putting your hands behind you and trying to kick your hands. I'm going to do static stretching because I'm going to combine it with trying to improve my balance. But if you can't do this, it doesn't matter, do the dynamic stretching. Some days my balance is great, other days, whoops, other days it's just rubbish. So if you're doing static stretching, swap legs. If you're doing dynamic stretching, keep doing it. Ooh. Right, cease and desist. Right, hamstrings. I'm just going to have a look and see what Nikki said. Before Boris, like, oh well, no, he won't lock us in again. Will he? Do you think he will? There's hopeful news about the AstraZeneca and Pfizer vaccines with the Indian variant this morning on the news. It's more effective than they thought it was. Anyway, hamstrings. Sit at the edge of the chair and have your knees at 90 degrees and your ankles under your knees. One leg forward, toe pulled back. Make sure your back's nice and straight, and then lean forward as if you've got eyes in your chest, pushing forward. And then sit up. Same on the other side. Just check your back straight again. And lean forward. And sitting up. Then you're going to sit sideways on the chair at the front, sort of sideways and at the front, and just have your torso is nice and straight, one leg back like this. I'm not going to do that very much today because I've got a bit of a something going on there as well. I'm falling to bits. So yeah, I'm just going to take it very gentle on this side. I can do the other side. But you can put your leg back as far as you want. Switch sides now. Yeah, I can do this one. This one's all right. Okay, and then standing up, have your hands, your shoulders, no, your arms at shoulder height, and then put them round the tree like that. Keep them at shoulder height and dip your head. Now this one is really good for stretching the muscles that you were strengthening when you were lying on your front and lifting your shoulders. This is a really good stretch for that one. And then if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can, if you can't, just try and get your elbows together. And if you have interlinked your fingers, just lift your hands a bit so as you've got a good stretch across your chest. Yeah, Nikki, I don't know, it would be horrible to live in an age when there wasn't modern medicine. Anesthetic, penicillin, and vaccines, I think, are the main things that make modern life worth living, or would make other life not nice. Right. And we're just going to stretch the triceps, which is this one. So put your hand up and down your back like that. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, just leave this out. Just push your arm back. You should feel the stretch there. These are the muscles you've been working when you do press-ups. And then release that one and do the same with the other one. And then finally, if you stand, look down at the floor, sort of 45-degree angle, put your hand on your head and just pull very gently to stretch this bit here. Make sure this shoulder is nice and relaxed and doesn't come up. So nice and relaxed, just pulling very gently. Just feel the stretch here, not at the side of your neck, but sort of this muscle at the back. That's the one I want to stretch. Since I've started doing this exercise, I think I said last week, I found it hugely beneficial. My neck doesn't seem nearly as stiff. And then bring your head up and then look to the other side, 45 degrees, and pull slightly sideways again. You're not sort of pulling that way, you're sort of pulling down to the floor, down to the way you're looking. And it's here. Just gently though. Don't want your head to fall off. And then bring your head back up. And that's it. And I shall see you either in 2 weeks' time or on Wednesday. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later.